Sarah Crowley needs to validate by virtue of her third-place finish at the Ironman World Championship just 6 weeks ago. But a star-studded field here. It's a tough time of the season, Matt. Like, it's late. These athletes have been racing. It's been a long year. So oftentimes these late-season races comes down to who's got it left in the tank.
Yeah, totally. Who's hit their taper right for Kona for that race, and who didn't, maybe dig too deep of a hole going into that race and out of it. But as we see our women lining up, they have to be in between the two yellow buoys here before the dark here on camera. But for safety concerns for the athletes, we want to make sure we keep the course as clear and uncongested as possible out on the bike. So we're going to be through the first lap, and then we'll join the race as they get off the bike and start the run. But right now, they're getting ready for the swim.
And they're off, and I would imagine very quickly we are going to see Lauren Brandon to the front of this race, Meredith Kessler, also in our professional women's field here today, a very strong swimmer. Expect to see her out at the front as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And Sarah Crowley, she had a great swim at Ironman World Championship in Kona, and always a good swimmer, but it seemed like she took it up another level there in Hawaii. So I'm going to be curious to see how far back she is from Lauren Brandon as we see.
Isn't a respectable swim time. It's a brilliant swim time, but for this particular course, I think it might be a smidgen slower than I would have expected otherwise.
Yeah, I would have expected a little bit faster than that, but she still gets out. She's going to have a huge lead. She's almost to the women's change tent, and nobody else has even gotten out of the water yet, so most people would die for a swim like that. Lauren Brandon's having a great day out there so far. Again, she makes sure that wetsuit is as close to being able to take off as possible. She's got that cap off, so there really is nothing that she needs to do besides when she gets into that change tent. She's going to drop that wetsuit. She's going to probably put a helmet on as she's running. She might have a glove or arm warmer or something like that she'll put on. There, we got a volunteer handing her the blue bike bag, and our cameraman sprinting as fast as he can to keep up with Lauren Brandon.
Battery pack chasing.
Yeah, we got to do our
cheat run for him. This is the judgment zone.
Our crew works hard. If you guys thought it was easy being a cameraman, it's these guys are proving that it's not. They're doing a great job of it. So Lauren Brandon is jumping into that backside of that change tent as we see Meredith Kessler hitting terra firma coming out of Tempe Town Lake right now, getting helped up from volunteers. One thing that I love, every time we see, we're talking about these athletes moving through different sections of the course, we're always saying, and this volunteer helped him here, this volunteer handed him the bag, volunteer helped him out of the water. So a crucial part of making our races happen. And that's what you see. I mean, Lauren basically just ran straight through there. That's how efficient she was. All she had in that bag was a helmet, and all she had to do when she got to the chair, she didn't sit down, she had someone help her probably take her wetsuit off. She stepped out of the wetsuit, grabbed her helmet, and ran straight out. So being as efficient as possible, making sure that now all she has to do is grab that bike and get going.
And again, we look at we're getting a lot of Facebook comments like, what the heck is this run into T1? And it is a long run. Meredith Kessler trails by nearly 4 minutes. It's 3 minutes and 46 seconds is her deficit out of the swim. So that just goes to show you how far Lauren had to run. I mean, that's a good half mile of running, maybe not the right way she did run at the change tent, but it's a good run, and that's just another challenge of the course. There are some other significant courses around the world with some crazy challenges.
Second checkpoint at 18.8 miles in second place, looking forward to get to first, and with it, as quickly as she made up 3 minutes on Lauren Brandon, it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, I would agree. It's a matter of time, and she's probably pretty poised and patient as well. I mean, I think this is going according to her plan as well.
Yeah.
She sure might want it for it to have happened faster, for her to be in control of the race, but she knows based on the splits that she's getting that it is, as you said, Matt, just a matter of time.
Yeah, no doubt, but she's still moving well. Some athletes have noticed that she has her chain looks a little bit white. What's that white stuff on the chain? We have athletes, as we talked earlier about that kind of oversized derailleur pulley. We have athletes that put chains on their bikes that have a silicone coating that takes some friction away from their drivetrain. So, everybody has these sheets that say, okay, I get 5 watts for the chain, 10 watts for the derailleur, and it's
4
like
watts for my helmet.
Yeah, it doesn't cut.
6 watts for my speed suit. I mean, we should all be biking, 600 watts across the course of an Ironman for all the wattage savings.
Exactly. You don't
technological advances, but for what it is, for what it produces in the lab and what it produces in a real course situation. But the fact of the matter is, these are professionals, and they're not going to give up any opportunity to go faster.
No, definitely not. Yeah, pretty soon you'll just have to push 5 watts out there, and you'll come off the bike first with a huge lead. An easy deal. But
the bike will pedal itself.
Yeah, absolutely. But Sarah Crowley's still well in control of the pace out on the course, but still has Lauren Brandon up the road in front of her. And, she's an athlete that's, as we said, she's raced a lot recently, Sarah Crowley has. Certainly now, I'd imagine, after this event, that she's looking forward to this maybe being the end of the season. No guarantee, you never know, but she is doing her best early out on this bike course here today and almost near the front of the bike course.
Yeah, she will get there pretty quickly, I would imagine. And looking back just for a moment at Ironman Cozumel with our professional women, Carrie Lester off the bike, ultimately with a 6-minute lead on Susie Cheatham. Carrie Lester turning in a blistering bike split of 4:38.